Number 3, he was transformed by the cross. I said he was transformed by the cross. When he witnessed the death, he said, I cannot keep quiet again. He said, when he witnessed the death, he then said, no, I am going back to Pilate myself. I don't care what my colleagues in parliament would say to me now. I don't care what the members of parliament or the members of the Sanhedrin would say to me. I am going now. I'm going to identify myself with the man, and I'm going to request for his body. Let them say what they want to say about me. Something has taken place inside my life. Something has changed my thinking. Something has changed my perception. Remember, what really changed him? Question: how could he be transformed in less than 24 hours? The man who could not vote against, who could not speak during the trial and to defend Jesus, now all of a sudden said, I need to go to Pilate. Let me tell you some 7 things that really influenced Joseph at that hour. He watched the behavior of Jesus, during the trial session. He watched him, how he managed his home, he carried himself. And number 2, whilst on the cross, he listened to his words. Father, forgive them. When he hasn't done anything wrong, and yet people have done wrong against him, he said, Father, forgive them. Joseph was at the foot of the cross, and he heard Jesus say to the man who was crucified with him, and he said, today you will be with me in paradise. Yet even when he was on the tree dying, he looked for John and said, John, behold thy mother. Mother, behold thy son. Even on the cross, you know what he did? He managed to put in place family issues, to solve family problems, so that when he's dead and gone, there wouldn't be family trouble behind his back. You know what that meant? Before he finally gave up the ghost, he established a succession plan. Because the question was, who was not going to manage the mother? So whilst on the tree, he was thinking about the mother. Whilst on the tree, he was thinking about the home. He said, I can't die without ensuring someone will take care of mama. So Joseph, take care of mama. Mama, from today, this is thy son. Joseph of Arimathea heard him. He's saying that, hey, before you die, put your home in order. For most of you, learn to put your home in order before you check out of this life. Don't leave this place and leave your children fighting when you are dead and gone. So Joseph of Arimathea heard all this arrangement and finally heard Jesus say, it is finished. And the third thing that really shook him was that between the hours of 12 and 3 hours, there was total darkness, eclipse of the sun. Total darkness between 12 noon and 3 p.m. The meteorological department didn't forecast that there could be, eclipse of the sun. So being a member of parliament and the Sanhedrin, Joseph said, this cannot be normal. 12 p.m. to 3 hours total darkness. As if that was not enough, beyond the darkness, there was earthquake now. They were standing there when the whole Jerusalem went through earthquake. Joseph said to himself, I have heard what he said on the cross. That convinced me. But for total darkness, 3 hours, unusual. And the worst of all, earthquake. That, as if that was not enough. Then immediately the graves, the Bible said in Mark chapter 15, the graves of those believers, saints who were dead and gone, the graves were opened. And information reached those people around the cross that, hey, something is happening at the cemetery. As if that was not enough. Then the Bible said the veil in the temple. I asked the media to give me a sample of the veil. When we talk of the veil, it is a material that separates the Holy of Holies from the holy place in the temple. Now, this is the sample of the veil. It separates the holy place from the Holy of Holies. The Holy of Holies, it's only the high priest who could enter there and can only go there once in a year. And anytime the high priest would go, they had to chain his leg and they will have a long rope outside of the temple. Whilst he's walking into the Holy of Holies, he's carrying the blood of the animal on behalf of the people to present it to God. You will hear the bell ringing. And so that tells the people outside that the man is walking into the Holy of Holies. So the high priest goes into the Holy of Holies. He goes there and presents the blood on the mercy seat on behalf of the people of the Jews. If for some reason the blood is not accepted, the high priest will drop dead. And so if after some few hours they don't hear anything, then they know that the man is dead. No one can go there, so they'll be pulling the rope. And they will literally drag him as a dead body. So whilst on the cross, when Jesus said it was finished, and 3 hours of darkness, followed by earthquake, followed by graves getting opened, the Bible said whilst those things were taking place, inside the temple curtain got torn. Watch how it was torn. It was not torn from the bottom. Because if it did from the bottom, anyone can say somebody went with the scissors to cut. But it was torn from top to down. We are talking of a curtain 60 feet high, 60 feet high, 30 feet wide, 4 inches thick. The head, and it was like everybody was, Mamma mia, what is this? Because to see the Holy of Holies, you will die. But for the first time they saw the Holy of Holies, nobody died. Because the people who should have died, there was only one man who died for them. So by the death of Jesus, that Holy of Holies was made available. Because he was now going to present his own blood, not to the mercy seat on earth, but to the mercy seat in heaven. So the curtain was torn into two to give everybody access. So the other day the book of Hebrews said, now you can come boldly, not with fear, but boldly, and enter into the throne room of grace and find help in time of trouble. So when he said it was finished, we had access to the mercy seat of God. Somebody shout access. Joseph witnessed this. And having gone through this, he said, for 7 things I have witnessed, I have to go to Pilate myself now. And the words of the last statement that hit him, the army commander who witnessed and commanded the death, having heard all that, shook his head, dropped his weapon down, knelt down, and said, indeed, this is the Son of God. The army commander himself. And when Joseph heard the army commander making this statement, Joseph said, what proof do I need again? What assurance do I need again? I will go to Pilate myself. What will happen must happen. I don't care what my friends will say. The death has touched me. The death has transformed. The death has made me a bold person. Now I can negotiate for the release of his body. Somebody shout, I hear you.